Hey guys, Adam Talks Prison here. Guys, before I get started on this little quick video, I just want to do just thought I wanted to upload a quick video before tonight's live. And before I get into today's video, guys, please like, subscribe, hit that bell on all after you've hit the subscribe button, comment and share my videos. And I'm at 83 subscribers now, pushing towards that 100 mark, and then hopefully, get beyond that 100. And thanks to everyone that's subscribed to my channel and has been giving me the thumbs up on every video. Okay guys, today I'm going to speak on my celly, my putrid celly that I ended up getting, who I found out was a Chomo. And what happened, and what happened, and how it unfolded, So this happened when I was in Goulburn, guys. This happened when I was in Goulburn, doing my 6 years, fam. This is when I was doing 6 years in Goulburn Correctional Centre, and my previous cellie, that because I was put into his cell, he was in there before me, and we were cellmates for like 18 months, because then he had like a bit over 18 months to go, you know what I mean, before he got out on parole. So he got out on parole, and then, maybe a couple of weeks went by, fam, and then I got a new cellie, right? Now, these fucking COs, I swear they done this on purpose, you know what I mean, because they knew how, what my thoughts on them were, you know what I mean, and because I was the type of guy in prison, when I was in prison, fam, I used to go and hunt for Chomos. I used to go and hunt them down, right? And as soon as I bloody hunt them down and I found a Chomo, right, I used to con him to get into his cell. As soon as I get into his cell, I start smashing him, right? I smash him, and what I used to do, fam, I never ever used to hit him in the face. I was always on the body. Smash him in the body and the ribs, where it really hurts, And then I used to tell them, right, you be getting your people to put $100 into this particular bank account every week, and you be also buying me. You'll also be spending $60 every week on the buy-up. Nothing for yourself or for me. If you don't, then I'll pull out a shiv. I pulled out a shiv, right, because I always had a shiv down my side of my pants. I pulled that out and say, this is what you're going to get. I'm going to fucking wet you up, right, if you don't do what I fucking tell you. So what happened was I ended up eventually getting a cellie, right? Now, what I used to do, every single cellmate that I used to get, you know what I mean, when you get put in my cell, I used to ask him, right, what are you in prison for? You know what I mean? What are you in prison for? Show me your fucking papers, right? Show me your papers so I can see it in black and white. And a lot of them are like, sweet brother, I ain't got a problem with that. You know what I mean? I ain't no putrid Chomo or nothing. Show me the paperwork, yeah, it's all good. We dap it up, you know what I mean? And then, look, we get to chop it up in the cell, you know what I mean? But this putrid cunt, when he got put in his cell, and the COs walked away, and like he went to fucking put his hand out, right, to shake my hand, you know what I mean, and introduce himself, and I think it went like that, and the first thing I said to him, where's your paperwork, right? Where's your paperwork? And he goes, what do you mean, where's my paperwork? I said, don't play dumb, you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. Where's the fuck's your paperwork, right? And where's all your legal documentation, you know what I mean, because we all get to keep our papers. You know what I mean? And he was trying to tell me that, it's something like, it hasn't arrived, like all of his stuff hasn't arrived from the other prison, right? Or it got lost or something like that. It'll be there, it'll be there in the morning, right? So I'm like, listen, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You've got 24 hours to produce your fucking paperwork. And if you haven't produced your paperwork in 24 hours, not only am I going to fuck you up, right, there's a lot of other dudes that you're going to have to worry about. You know what I mean? So, anyway, like I said to him, right, there's your fucking bunk, right? There's your bunk, because I was like on the bottom bunk at that stage, you know what I mean? And I said, look, The top bunk's yours. You know, fucking get up there on your fucking bunk and don't fucking move, right? And he goes, oh, what if I need to go to the toilet during the night? And I said, well, that's your bad luck. You know what I mean? Fucking bad luck for you, eh? And I said, you're not doing shit in this cell until I fucking know who the hell you are and what you're in here for, right? And so he gets up on his bunk, you know what I mean? He gets up on his bunk, you know, and he's fucking there all quiet, didn't say nothing fucking all through the night, you know, and I'm sure it was going through his fucking head, you know, on what he's going to do the next morning, you know, when the cells pop the next morning, I'm sure it was going through his head on how he was going to fucking get through this, you know, and try and fucking work this out without getting smashed or nothing, right? So the next morning comes, right, fam, we get let out of our cells at 7 a.m. in the morning, right? And I've gone out into the wing, right, to get some hot water, fam, to get some hot water for my coffee, for my morning coffee. So I've come back to the fucking cell, and this Peter comes back to fucking go and get him some hot water, and I said, no hot water for you. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, get over there to the fucking office, right, and tell the fucking COs that you fucking want your paperwork, right? You want your fucking paperwork, you know, and fucking, he goes, oh, I can't do it. I said, yes, you fucking can, right? So he goes over there to the bloody little section of where the COs used to sit, right, in the little desk. So they go over there and he's fucking over there talking to him, right? And I was standing a bit away. You know, I was standing like probably, 15 metres away. You know what I mean? So I could hear, I was in earshot, so I could hear what was being said. But what I was doing, I made out like I was there at the table reading a magazine, like a car magazine. But I wasn't paying really much attention to the magazine. I was really listening, you know what I mean? And I was watching him without the CEOs knowing, or without him knowing that I was watching him, you know what I mean? And I heard him say, oh look, fucking my paperwork, I need my paperwork, right? My legal paperwork, you know what I mean? And he goes, and then I heard him say, and the CEO goes, oh, what are you talking about? You would have had your legal paperwork with you, because that goes wherever you go, and the CEO says to him, he goes, look, all your legal paperwork would have been in your stuff, you know what I mean? And he goes, well, it's not my problem, and he goes, yeah, but you don't understand. I need my paperwork. And the fucking, like, and the CEOs, I heard the CEO turn around and said to him, oh, fuck off, you idiot. Get away from me desk, right? So I've gone to myself, right, this cunt's a putrid fucking chomo. He's definitely a chomo, this cunt, right? And I was proved to be correct. And I'll tell you how I knew about that. And so what happened was, right, I fucking closed the magazine up and I fucking slammed it on the desk because I was fucking fuming, because I had this chomo in my fucking cell all night, so the next morning, he comes in my cell, right? This is all in the next morning when this has happened, you know what I mean? And I've gone into the fucking cell, and this cunt's standing in the middle of the wing, right, just looking at me, and I've gone like this, you, right, and he's come into the fucking, slowly walked into the fucking cell, and I've closed the fucking cell door, right, cell door behind him, and I said, right, you putrid cunt, I said, you are a fucking putrid chomo, aren't you? That's why you're fucking in here. That's why all that bullshit you're going on about your fucking paperwork not being here or it's been lost or some shit. You're a fucking chomo, aren't you? Fucking admit it to me. And he goes, oh, but, it wasn't like that. It was. And I said, oh, yeah? And I said, fucking enlighten me. You know what I mean? What have you got to say fucking for yourself? You know what I mean? And he goes, oh, look, and mind you, this cunt was in his 50s, right? In his 50s, mid-50s. And he turned around and says to me, he goes, oh, look, I met this girl, she was 15, you know what I mean? And one thing led to another, and fucking I've just gone bang, right? I punched him straight in the mouth, and he's fucking hit the deck, and he fell down on the cell floor, and fucking before I started pounding him, and I said to him, cunts like you need a fucking bullet in your head, and I said, I'm sick and tired of you cunts going around saying it's a mental fucking illness and you can't help it. Bullshit, you can help it, And I said, you don't fucking realise, you know, I said, that poor kid, that poor girl, that 15-year-old girl, you fucking ruined her life. You fucking ruined her life. She's going to be fucking mentally trauma. She's going to have mental trauma, you know what I mean, fucking for the rest of her life. You know, God forbid she'll probably, you know, grow up and become a prostitute or fucking use drugs or some shit. Because of you, you putrid cunt, because of you fucked her life up. You don't seem to fucking realise that, do you? You know, all you care about is one fucking thing. I said, you're fucking sick in the head, you know. It's a child, it's a kid, you know what I mean? And he goes, oh, fucking, I can't help it, I'm sick. And I said, yeah, you're fucking sick, all right, you're sick in the head, you know. And what pisses me off is, you know, not only do they fucking, you know, fuck the poor kid's life up, right, but the other thing that really pisses me off, Chomos get less time than fucking what us guys do, you know. Like, I've seen guys go and, you know, get done for a burglary, right? They get done for a burglary, you know what I mean? And this fucking poor guy ends up getting 5, 6, 7 years for a fucking burglary. Then you get these putrid Chomos that come in that's totally fucked up a kid's life, right? He fucked up a boy or girl's fucking life, you know, and they get virtually a slap on the wrist, you know what I mean? And fucking like a couple of years, if that, in prison. But, you know, and that really fucking pisses me off, you know? And so, after I've said that to the cunt, then like I fucking got back on him and I'm pounded him, right? I'm giving it this cunt, you know, and then fucking all in the body, you know, and I was thinking, only hit him like, only elbowed him in the throat, you know what I mean, but I'd never done anything on the fucking face, all in the body, right, and I smashed him, I give it this cunt, you know, I broke a couple of ribs, you know, and the cunt was in pain, you know, and I turned around and said to this cunt, I said, right, not only are you going to be fucking getting out of my cell, you know what I mean, because there was another cell that was fucking vacant, right, only had one guy in there, right, and he was a putrid chomo himself, but this cunt was, you know, getting extorted too. That's the only reason why he was allowed to stay in the wing after he got smashed, and then they were extorting him for money and buy-up and shit, right, so, you know, I said, look, you can get the fuck out of my cell and you can move in there with that fucking putrid cunt, because he's a putrid cunt like you, right, and every fucking week, you know, I want your fucking people, right, you tell your fucking people on the outside to put $100, put $100 into this bank account, and we had a fucking bank account set up just for this purpose, you know what I mean, so, and not only do I want $100 every week in this bank account, but also every buy-up week, because we were allowed to spend $60 back then, I said, I want that entire $60. I want it all. And fucking he goes, oh, but I'm going to need, I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you need, you putrid cunt. You'll give me your buy-up every week and put $100 in this account every week. And if you don't, then I pulled out me fucking shiv. And I said, look, I see this right here. If you don't want this going through your fucking heart, you'll do what I'm telling you, right? And he goes, all right. He goes, don't hurt me anymore, you know? So, end up extorting him, you know? End up, like, smashing this putrid chomo that put in my cell, you know what I mean? And fucking every week, not only was I getting $100 into this bank account, but I was getting his buy-up, a full $60 buy-up every week, you know what I mean? And this putrid cunt, he was that hungry, he was even going in the bins, right, fam? He was going in the bins, you know, to get the scraps of food out. Everyone in the wing's laughing at him. Yeah, that's where you belong, in the bin, you putrid chomo cunt. You know, and everyone's laughing at him and that, you know. And this is the kind of treatment that they get, you know, and they deserve it, you know what I mean? And so this like went on for about 6 months, you know, getting money put in my account every week, and, you know, fucking ended up, you know, building up to a nice amount, you know, and I had plenty of food, you know, I was set, you know. This went on for 6 months, and then, you know, they must have been talking, like, you know, during the night, that putrid chomo and the other putrid chomo that he was with, you know, they must have, you know, talked to that during the night or whatever, because the next morning, you know what I mean, when they've gone to let us all out of our cells, they refused to come out, right? And they ended up, you know, they call this in America checking in. They call it checking in. I don't know why it's called checking in, you know what I mean? Because they're not checking in. It should be called checking out. It should be called checking out because they're checking out of the wing. You know what I mean? They're not checking in, they're checking out. So I don't know why it's called checking in. But anyway, that's what they did, you know. They bailed and they fucking left. And they went into protection, the pewter cunts. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's the kind of stuff that happens to Chomo in prison, guys. You know what I mean? I don't condone and I don't mess with fucking snitches or fucking Chomos. You know what I mean? And they deserve whatever they get, you know? And so I just wanted to put that, upload this quick story for your fam. I hope all the ATP fam's doing well. Hope you're all safe. Hope your family are doing well. And don't forget, guys, you know, I'm going to go live tonight at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I just pray to God that I'm not stuck in hospital, because I've got to go to hospital today, you know, about my gallstones, you know, about getting my gallbladder removed. Even if I am in hospital, fam, I'll still go live. I don't care. You know, but hope you enjoyed this story, guys. And on the way out the door, please don't forget to give me a like, give me a thumbs up, alright? Subscribe, and after you've hit that subscribe button, hit that bell on all so you get notified every time I upload a video, and you can jump on and watch it whenever you're ready. And comment and share this video. Alright, guys, take care, stay safe, much love and respect. And everyone in the ATP fam, I appreciate you all. Big, big, big shout out. Much love. I salute you all. Adam Talks Prison out. Peace.